Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? This podcast is sponsored by Richard Eidelberg, CPA, PC. Richard has been my personal accountant for 5 years, and our relationship has grown into an incredible friendship. He now serves over 30 members in my business. His firm specializes in corporate tax, financial bookkeeping, and management advisory services for small and medium businesses. His expertise is helping his clients manage the intricacies of tax law and teaching small and medium-sized businesses how to navigate the tough landscape of tax. And I really have to add something personal in here. I recommend Richard to everyone I know. He has financially changed my life and helped me take the worry of the financial part. I earn the money and he teaches me and does everything for me possible. I cannot recommend this man enough. He will work with you to create an action plan in order to organize your business finances, which in turn affects you personally in so many amazing ways that you didn't even know. So you can email Richard at info@thecpausa.com, or you can call him directly at his office at 631-623-2400, and you can visit thecpausa.com to contact and learn more, and we will upload all of his information to the show notes below. Hello, my Level Up family. I am so happy to be here. So here's the thing. I record these episodes way in advance. So by the time you're listening to this episode, it will no longer be March 8th, 2022. But today, like my March 8th, we hit 500,000 downloads on Level Up with Debbie Neal, and I could not be more grateful. This podcast was born a year ago, and it's growing each and every day. And speaking life into and over others is my passion, reaching into the hearts and the souls of others to help you reach, your God-given potential. That's my purpose. It's what I do. It is God's calling on my life. And I am so excited and grateful that I am here living it out. So I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being such a special part of our Level Up family. And I know together we can surpass 1 million by June. I know we can. It's more than a number to me. It's lives touched. It's leaders empowered. It's positivity spread. It's making the world that we all live in brighter. The world is craving light and love and abundance and success. So it would mean the world to me if you shared your favorite episode on social media, share it, share a message of why it's your favorite, tag me, and you can find me on Facebook. You could find me on Instagram, Debbie_Neal, and also level up Debbie Neal. So subscribe, leave a review. I'd be so grateful. Okay. So together we can reach so many. So that was just a little thing that I needed to add because my heart is so full of gratitude. So last week, we spoke about being battle ready. There is always an enemy attempting to take us out, and he wants to keep us small. He wants us to doubt, to question, to live in our fear and take things away. And this is where we come in. Leveling up is all about winning the battle, knowing that we are on the right path and living in faith. So this week, we're going to be talking about showing up. I am so passionate about this. Like how we show up in the world, it matters. Leaders show up. And in addition to showing up, how we show up matters, right? Like showing up is good, but then how are we showing up? We have one opportunity to make a first impression. And no matter what we do for a living, how we show up matters. I'm probably going to say that sentence 42 times in this episode. How we show up matters. It's our business card. It's our signature. It's our level of excellence. So there's this theory, and I've talked about it before, and I'm sure you've read it and heard it on other things before. Be, do, have. Okay. So often the thinking is, gosh, when I'm successful, of course I'm going to dress that way. Like, of course I'm going to show up that way. When my business grows, of course my mindset will grow. When there are more people on my team, of course my vision is going to expand. I'm going to be more generous when I am making more money. And the list can go on and on and on. But here's the thing. Never works that way. No. Never works that way. We can't become what we aren't being. Now, this is going to tie into showing up. Okay, stay with me. Sometimes I go off the beaten path, but it ties in. First, we begin with being what we wish to see in our business, being what we expect in our life, on our team, showing up like the top leader. Be, then do. Do the work. Do what it takes. Stay the course. That's how we have. So we achieve results when we be, right? Become, be the difference, do the work, do the thing, walk towards the door, take the risk, take a jump, then have. How we show up is a huge part of this. So today, we're going to be talking about 5 areas that we have the opportunity to level up the way we show up. Okay. And some of them, like, as I go through these things, if somebody says, oh my gosh, like, she hurt my feelings, I would never want to hurt your feelings. I would never want to make you feel less than. I would never want to be anything than the voice reminding you that you were born for incredible success. However, I'm going to tell it like it is. That's what I'm known for. Okay. So let's look at number 1, how we dress. This matters. It does matter. When I started my business, okay, so now it's almost 16 years ago, I was out of corporate America for 5 years. I was home babysitting kids. I was wearing overalls. My budget didn't allow a lavish wardrobe all of a sudden, okay? And I was still committed to showing up like a leader. So why am I sharing that? Like, you don't have to have tons of money and already have that income or that level of success to show up like a leader. So at the time in my life, I was a really big Ann Taylor shopper. Okay. That was like my store, my store for everything. So what I did is I went to Ann Taylor. I went directly to the sale rack, didn't even look at anything else in the store. I bought 2 nice pairs of pants. I bought, like, one was navy, one was black. I bought a few shirts, and thank goodness at the time in my life, like, we weren't big on social media. You know, you go to something today, if I want to wear the same outfit tomorrow and there's 2 different pictures posted, not so good. But here's the thing. If I was going to be with different people at different events or different meetings, I'd wear that because I was basically wearing it for like an hour, hour and a half, as long as my business meeting was taking. And I would wear that thing till I walked up the block. Okay. So from day one, I was committed to walk into the room like a top income earner and a top entrepreneur and a leader and a boss. Have you ever walked into a room, right? So you're walking into a room without any formal introduction. Nobody makes an announcement. I'm the boss here. I'm the leader here. I'm running the meeting. There's no formal announcement, but you just knew who the presenter was. You just knew because of the way they put themselves together, the way they carried themselves, the way they looked, their appearance, the way they spoke. We're going to speak about all these things today. That's the way they were showing up. This is the way you want people to see you. Here's the thing. It's a reflection of how you see you. We show up at our belief level. Like, know you're worthy. Know you're a success. Know you're on the way to be the best. And whatever it is, you're on a mission to be the best, but show up that way. You just knew by the level of class when you saw this person, the clothes, the whole package. And that's what I'm talking about. And there are so many ways to dress for success and be very economical. Once we commit to showing up, the business, once we commit to showing up, like the business we expect, we show up different. So in other words, don't be showing up like the level of success you have today. Don't show up like your reality. Show up like your vision. When we show up with the business we expect to have, the success we expect to have. We walk with confidence. We talk with conviction, right? And also remember that our vibe attracts our tribe. Now, here's the one thing. I have to be really honest about something when we talk about dressing. Like, I was one of those people. I've evolved, okay, that thought like you just don't wear jeans. You just don't wear jeans. Now, some people, they put jeans together. They've got jeans. They have heels on. They wear a blazer. They make it look like $1 million. But here's my issue with that. Sometimes other people try to do that and it doesn't look like $1 million, right? So I used to be one of those people saying, no jeans, no jeans, no jeans. No, I have to say we wear jeans at quite a few business things. In fact, I went to speak at a retreat not too long ago to give a leadership retreat, and I showed up. I gave a keynote in jeans with a sequin blazer. So I get it, but show up like a boss. All right. And whatever you're putting together, put it together the best you possibly can. Okay. So also remember, our vibe attracts our tribe. Who do you want to do life with? How do you want leaders on your team and in your business to show up? Start being that now. What do you want your circle of influence to look like? What's the level of, now, sometimes people hear that and think, oh my gosh, do you have to be beautiful? We all are beautiful. Every one of us on this earth have beauty and power inside of us. It's what we do with what we have that matters. Okay. So I'm never referring to compare. I'm referring to show up like the best version of you. So what do you want your circle of influence to look like? What's the level of professionalism you're looking to attract into your life? Because how we dress plays a huge part in that. I'm a creature of comfort. Okay. So most of the time, if you're going to see me, I'm wearing my athletic clothes. I'm wearing my Lululemon. Like, comfy is my love language. But if you're going to bring me into a professional interaction, I'm dressing for success. Plus, I feel better when I'm dressed. And I'm not talking about glamour. I'm talking about professional, like dressing the part, dressing as your future self, dressing as the leveled up version of you. Okay. So now I just want to talk about, I don't even know what I've talked about on past podcasts. Okay. But so I might have talked about this before, but think about like Zooms. So the world, obviously we went through a very transitional time over the last couple of years, right? And a lot of businesses have been doing a lot of meetings and everything else on Zooms, right? And other platforms like that. So I'm going to ask you some hypothetical questions and share from my heart, because it's important how we show up all the time. How do you show up? So if you have any type of a business or a company that you are showing up on a Zoom meeting, how do you show up? Okay. Are you showing up like the one hosting the meeting, even if you're like a listener? Is your camera on? Is your camera on? Okay. Now I might get even like hate mail for this. I don't want to get hate mail for this. Remember, I'm here to reach into your heart, into your soul, into your gut, to tap into your God-given potential, right? That's my purpose on this earth. So it's not always going to feel good. Sometimes people send me messages and say, you're talking directly to me. I feel like you took me out and slapped me. I would never want to slap you. Never, never, never. In fact, if you feel that way, it's only with love, but I'm going to call on your greatness and I'm going to bring things to your attention. Is your camera on? Because I got to be honest. Now, if it's off and you want to be average, and you don't want to wonder why your success in your business is moving forward, keep your camera off. Blend in. In fact, forget about blending in. We don't even know what you look like. Okay. But this gets me every time. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to make you feel bad, but I'm always going to call on your greatness to remind you who you are. So let's get really real here for a moment. If you're attending a business meeting in person, okay, would you attend that meeting with a bag over your head? Because that's what it looks like when your camera is off. So I hear all the time, my camera's off because I look horrible. Don't look horrible. Like, don't look horrible. How about this? Get your shit together. You're here to expand and excel and become the best version of you and to become more successful than we are today. It takes showing up. Get yourself together. What if you were the one hosting the call, hosting the Zoom, hosting the Skype, whatever it is you use? What if you were the boss and or the leader? Would you get ready? Would you professionally prepare your appearance to give a meeting? Would you put yourself together? And this is the perfect example of be, do, have, like we spoke about at the beginning, because it's so easy to think if I was the host, of course I'd show up different. Of course I wouldn't be in my pajamas. If I was the boss, of course my camera would be on. So I hear all the time, my camera's off because I'm cooking. Again, if you knew you had a meeting, if you were the person running the meeting, would you walk into the meeting with pots and pans? Would you walk in with spaghetti and meatballs? And even if you weren't the one, if the meeting was in person, would you show up cooking lasagna? Now you might say, you know what, Deb? Stop. I'm multitasking. I was listening. I was paying attention. No judgment here. This is the Level Up with Debbie Neal podcast. It isn't the blend in with the masses and be okay with being average and just listening podcast. Okay. I've seen people in bed, laying down. I've seen it all. So what I want you to do is think about how you show up. When it comes to a Zoom, be in a well-lit room. Get a ring light. Shine bright like the leader that you are. Be seen, right? Show up like you're running the meeting. Number 2, our physical appearance. Okay. So our physical appearance is many things. Our health. Let's start with our health. This matters. Okay. And I'm not saying this as a judgment. You're all beautiful. All sizes. You're all beautiful. You are wonderfully made. But here is the thing. As we level up, as we expand, our goal is to become our best version of ourselves. So when we look at our health, for example, our gut, right? And you can read and learn so much about this. Our gut is our second brain. So our gut, it's what's processing and digesting all and filtering all of what we feed our body. What we feed our body matters. When we feed our body food that fuels us, we show up like we're living our best life. Our goal is to get our body at an alkaline level, right? So when we put foods like dairy and gluten and alcohol and processed food and chemicals, they are not serving our body. Everything begins in our gut. Our gut is connected to our skin, our hair, our stress, our sleep, our energy. So when it comes to showing up, this matters. Taking care of yourself matters. Becoming the healthiest version of you matters. Everything we do is connected. We've heard this before, but how we do anything is how we do everything. Feed your body right. Move your body. Exercise changes the way we show up. It changes our mood. It gives us energy. It moves our body. It burns calories. It adds muscle and tones our body. It increases our confidence. All of this grows and expands the way we show up, right? So your hair, let's talk about hair from now. Some of you might not have hair. Okay. So I want to be very sensitive. Okay. But your hair, as we change on the inside, right? We change on the outside. So like your hair, do you maybe need like a makeover? And that's like the nicest way I could possibly say it. But sometimes we just do. You know, I look back on old pictures of myself and I'm like, what was I even thinking with that hairdo? Like, what was I thinking? But you know what? What I was thinking at the time wasn't really success. It wasn't leveling up. It wasn't becoming the best version of myself. So as I expanded and changed, right? Even look at like, you know, like if you're like a Friends fan, you know, the sitcom Friends, like look at the hairstyles throughout. Like it changed. Times change. Styles change. Level of confidence changes. So it's not insulting to say to someone, time to change your hairstyle. Get it up to date. Get it like, I don't know, more professional. Is it styled? What's a vision in your head of someone that you look up to? Like, what does the hair look like? I'm a hair person, so I like to look at people's hair and how they, and that's men and women. Treat yourself and create an image of being a top income earner in your field, right? So I say your nails, not just for women, for men too. I'm a big hands person, very big hands person. So like clean, manicured, smooth, like you're shaking hands with people. I'm a big handshake person too, right? You ever shake somebody's hand and they've got like a 2-cent handshake, and then you could shake somebody's hand like that's $1 million handshake. You know, actually, I'm just going off on this, but our handshake is also our signature. And you know, when somebody grips you with confidence and success, you feel it. They're transferring their belief through their handshake. Okay. But back to squirrel over here. Okay. Your nails, clean, manicured, smooth, take care of you. Treat yourself like you make millions. It doesn't take earning millions to feel like $1 million. And the more we take care of us, treat ourselves with respect, apply discipline and love to us, we show up bigger. All of this makes a difference. And so often we think, when we're making more or when I attain the title, I'll show up that way. I'll get my hair done. I'll take better care of myself. No. We're showing up big time now. We're leveling up now. Show up like your future self. Okay. Number 3, our energy. Walk into the room and light it up. Show up with positivity. Always smile. This is how you show up. This is your business card. Okay. Be the interruption that turns a conversation positive. Always be solution-based. Your energy, have loving energy, inclusive energy, kind energy, happy energy. Glass always full. Forget about half full. Always full. You're alive. You're breathing. You're capable. The glass is always full. Okay. Our energy is felt long before we open our mouth. Number 4, the words we speak. Leaders speak only positive. Leaders talk about goals, not people. Leaders focus on solutions. What we say matters. It's our brand. It's how we show up. What do you want to be known for? Breathe life into others. Speak life over others. Same with you. How we speak to ourselves, it matters. How we feel about ourselves will dictate how we show up. Leaders don't blame. We speak of ownership. If you ever hear someone speaking about someone else, you can be the interruption. That's an amazing way to show up in the world, right? To be known for. We can't talk around about other people in front of Deb. She's not going to tolerate it. I want people to feel uncomfortable to talk about other people in front of me, because they know it's not tolerated. What's your brand? You can speak words of love and light. When you hear others talk about excuses, be the voice of possibilities. When you hear others talk about lack, be the voice of abundance. When you hear others make excuses, empower them with ownership. The more we show up as the difference we want to see in this world, the more we challenge others. And sometimes that feels uncomfortable for people. They don't like it. Show up bigger. The way we show up, it challenges others to show up bigger. When we show up bigger, it will make some people around you uncomfortable. Be okay with that. You're here to level up. The goal is to expand, to be more, to inspire others to be more. The words we speak have power. They have power to impact and influence others. When we show up bigger and give others the belief to be more. Okay. Number 5, play the role. So what do I mean by play the role? Show up like your future self. Show up like the most successful person in the room. Be the difference. So think of someone you look up to in your field, in your company. Imagine a spotlight on you. Show up like the CEO. Walk like the boss. Talk like the boss. Show up with the discipline, the ownership, the leadership. Walk into a meeting like the boss. Join the Zoom like the leader giving the meeting. So these are 5 areas that we can always level up in the way we show up, right? You just always want to show up. In addition to expanding into the next version of you, right? Attend every event. Be the first to arrive. Be the last to leave. Shadow those who are where you want to be. Do what it takes to get into the circles of the leaders you admire. Know that you're worthy. Know that you belong. Show up with humility. Show up with grace. Show up with a servant heart. Show up with gratitude. Always show up as a student. When you're on a mission to level up, this is where humility comes from. Show up like a student. How we show up is how we level up. So next week, we're going to be talking about burning the boats, what that looks like, what it feels like, how empowering that is. No backdoor. Okay. So thank you again for being such a special part of our 500,000 episode download mark that we achieved on March 8th, 2022. And I'm saying that because you could be listening to this 5 years from now, and we're going to be well into the multi-millions. So I want to benchmark the date. Together, we will touch millions of lives. And I know your time is so valuable, but it would mean the world to me if you went to Level Up with Debbie Neal, whether it's on Apple or Spotify, gave a 5-star review, gave 5 stars, left a review, and shared it with as many people, because all of those reviews, number one, they mean the world to me, but they then have the power to reach other people, to find this podcast and to join our family. So I love you all. I appreciate you.